Azurill Hatch Day in Pokemon Go is going down on Saturday. Very exciting because we have an increased chance of hatching the baby rare shiny Azurill in Pokemon Go. So we're gonna go over all the top tips to help you guys max out in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. On Saturday, the September 30th, from 2 until 5 p.m. Seems like the unanimous time that we are getting events in Pokemon Go. We have the Azurill Hatch Day, which will feature the Azurill coming out of 2-kilometer eggs, which will drop at a much more frequent rate. And the bonuses of the event will feature increased chance of getting the shiny Azurill when hatching eggs, increased 2-kilometer egg drops coming from stops. You're going to be getting 2 times hatch candy and 2 times hatch Stardust in Pokemon Go. While the Stardust and the candy are not really going to be that big of a deal, we're really going for the Azurill. Because just remember, on hatch days as well as on comm days, these are some of the best days, including research days, to get Shundos in Pokemon Go. Some of the most sought after rare Pokemon can come from these days, and this is why you want to focus on these. And we have a final offer for you guys. This is going to be 2 watches that are going to be on sale this week, 9 a.m. in the shop. If you guys do check out in the pinned comments below, so please make sure to set your alarms for 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time if you do want the Squirtle, or you do want the Pikachu watch, or maybe you want both. I don't know, but let's get into what they feature. So we do have the Blastoise watch and we have the Pikachu watch. Blastoise watch is going to be fitted in blue, while the Pikachu watch is going to be fitted in black. Each of these watches was only made 2,000 quantity, sold only in Southeast Asia in 3 countries that we have talked about, and they are all sold out except for the ones that we have here. So we are selling one of each of these on Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you do want the link, check in the pinned comments and set your alarms up. Both watches feature a 40mm case, both stainless steel with integrated steel bracelet, powered by Japanese reliable movement. The Pikachu has an NH38 automatic movement, while the Blastoise has the NH37 automatic movement with a 24-hour indicator subdial at 10 o'clock. Both watches are inspired for adventure, and they are going to hold up through all the elements. So if you do want these, check the pinned comments below. And also, if you do want to be able to purchase the Charizard watch you missed out, check out Alexa's Twitch channel at 9 a.m. on Saturday, also featured in the comments. There is going to be field research, which we do not have available right now, which will feature Stardust, XP, berries, and more, but you will not be able to get an Azurill, and there's also going to be research going on as well. And then we have the entire Azurill family, which goes Azurill, Marill, Azumarill. Okay, so those 3 Pokemon are going to be able to hatch for 1 and then evolve into. Would I suggest evolving this Azurill? More than likely, no. If you get a Shundo, just think about this. While the Azumarill is very cool, we will check it out where it ranks in PvP in this video just as a tip. It is the rarest in the baby form because it does not come in the wild like this. So to be able to hatch a Shundo of a baby is extremely rare in Pokemon Go. Not only is it extremely rare, it's pretty cool at the same time. So guys, I would suggest that if you do hatch this Pokemon, I would probably not evolve it. That's me personally, but you guys can do what you want. So we're gonna go over some of the top tips, but the main focus is to just get shiny Azurill in Pokemon Go, which means hatching eggs, which we're gonna help you guys out with everything you need to know about this day, starting off with tip number 1. Tip 1, do we spend money on this event? Okay, so here's my thoughts. Number 1, if you do want to get a bunch of shiny Azurill, you're probably gonna have to spend money, which means you're gonna have to start clearing out your eggs right now. You gotta start hatching your eggs if you have 10 kilometers or 12-kilometer ones, depending on how much you walk. But pretty much right now is when you're gonna have to start, because you have approximately a little over 24 hours, depending on where you're at in the world, maybe less in some places, to be able to get your egg bag cleared out so that you can get this. What you can keep is your 3 extra 12-kilometer eggs. But remember, we're getting 2 times hatch Stardust for this. So my biggest tip for this event is to get 12-kilometer eggs for the event, but do not put them on once the event starts because you're not getting decreased distance. What you have to do is put them on like Saturday morning or Friday night and walk at least, if you're doing super incubators, 6 of those 8 kilometers, get all the way there, but then stop with about 2 kilometers, maybe a little bit less, until the event starts. You don't want to go in. And what you can do is as soon as the event starts, you put on a star piece, open your game, and maybe you got some adventure sync kilometers while you're walking around, and you're able to hatch those eggs, because this will yield you anywhere from 150 to 180,000 Stardust in Pokemon Go from hatching these 12-kilometer eggs. So if you are not going to spend any money on the actual event, hatching these eggs, spending money on them is going to be worth it because of the Stardust yield, in my opinion. Not only that, you can hatch the brand new shiny Pancham, not super brand new, but newer. I do not have one. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have one. So that's going to be my tip number 1, and then as soon as you hatch all of those, you can go to spinning all of the regular stuff and hatching from there. So would I suggest spending a ton of money on this event? No. Am I gonna spend a little bit of money? I will. Will I go as hard as I went on Riolu hatch day? More than likely not. That's what I'm thinking right now. Obviously, Riolu goes into Lucario. That does have a future Mega. Regular Lucario is already a beast against some of the rocket grunts. So I love Lucario. I love Riolu. It's a rare shiny. It's very desirable. This one, on the other hand, is a rarer shiny, but it is not a more desirable shiny, because in order for it to be in PvP, we're gonna check out those stats, but it cannot come from an egg to optimize the Great League PvP, which we're gonna find out in tip number 2. Tip number 2 are all about the IVs of this Pokemon. So the hatch 100% IV will be 208. So that's gonna be the 100% IV hatched of this Pokemon. Number 2, what are gonna be the PvP recommended moves, IVs, and movesets for this Pokemon? Obviously, you're gonna have to evolve it into Azurill, which I do not suggest doing because you can catch these Pokemon in events in the wild, but let's just go over the PvP stats anyway. It's gonna be ranked 42 in the Great League with Bubble, Ice Beam, and Play Rough. It also does get Hydro Pump, but me personally, I like this moveset combination. The 100% IV will actually be a 0-15-15 at level 45 and a half. So hatching these eggs will help a little bit with the XL candy if you don't have enough. But if you are to trade these Azurills to be able to get them into Great League, what's gonna have to happen is you're gonna have to trade them with a brand new friend to be able to optimize here. Which is then gonna lead us into tip number 3. Tip 3, how many of these Pokemon do we need to hatch? Well, I think at least one shiny, so I would go and pay until I got one shiny, right? That's what my strategy would be. Pay to play until you get one shiny, and then if you feel the desire to keep going, do that. Another thing that you could do is if you feel like purchasing a bunch of Rocket Radars, you could hatch all of them, and then you could go and get more of those Rocket Radars. You could hatch a second batch of 12-kilometer eggs if you are a very fast walker with super incubators, and get even more Stardust for a grand total of around 330-ish to about 360-ish 100,000 Stardust, right? That's pretty good. So you could do that as well. But if you don't, you could use a regular incubator, a free incubator, hatch as many of them as you possibly can, 2 kilometers, it's not that far, and just go and churn. And if you get one, you get one, and if you don't, great, you don't, okay? And then just play the other events. So that's another way to do free to play. Okay, so there's one more thing we need to address, and that's the boxes. So Pokemon Go has talked about the web store having a great deals on some of these boxes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up these boxes for you guys. So we have the great storage box that is 3 premium battle pass, 1 Pokemon storage upgrade, and 3 super incubators for a grand total of $5. Let's call that 500 coins. Pretty good value, honestly, right there. I just kind of feel weird when they're asking for a specific dollar amount as opposed to coins. I don't know if that's just me, because if I bought $100 in the store, I would get 15,500, and I kind of have that calculated down in my mind. Or you could do the Ultra Hatch box, which is going to be, for some reason, giving you 3 remote raid passes that you're getting in a hatch box. You could get 9 super incubators, and you could get 9 golden raspberries, and you're paying dollars directly for 9 golden raspberries, which is not cool for me. The other thing that you could do is in the regular shop, we do have the hatch box, which is going to be 1,700 coins, which if you bought $100 worth would also be about $10, okay? So just about the same price as that other one. You're getting 30 Ultra Balls, you're getting 5 incenses, you are getting 13 super incubators, and you are getting 2 regular incubators. With that said, you're hatching 15 total eggs there, times 3, which will give you 45 egg hatches in Pokemon Go for $10. As opposed to the other box with the Ultra Hatch box, which is giving you 9. 9 times 3 is going to be 36. So you're getting an additional 9 egg hatches in that batch. So I personally would go for the other one unless you're doing the remote raids, and I just don't know why they would throw this 3 remote raid pass in there when it's called an Ultra Hatch box. Doesn't make too much sense. You guys do what you want. I would personally, if you're going strictly for hatching, focus on the hatching, disregard the remote raid passes, or maybe just buy one of these boxes, get your 3 remote raid passes, and then move on with yourself. But the main purpose of this event is to get the Stardust. I would focus on the 12 kilometer eggs and hatch a couple shiny Azurill in Pokemon Go, and then call it a day. So appreciate you guys being here as always. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to next level. I'm gonna see you guys out. Good luck on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.